What's up, watchers, and welcome to ARK Survival Evolved Mobile. I am Fun Size Nomad, but you can call me Fun Size. So today we are going to be running around on an easy server. I just chose a random easy server, one of the higher population ones, and I tried to spawn in as close as I could to Lava Cave, but I seem to have glitched out. And that was a lag spike. Yeah, I'm a little high on the coast, so I'm going to head down the coast. I'm amazed I have not been eaten yet, but what I'm going to do is just run around and level up as quickly as I can. Level 40 is around where things level out for the Explorer Note run. At that point, it kind of becomes counterproductive to run Explorer Notes on mobile. I know on PC and console you can run them a lot longer and farther, and they're more effective that way. They give more XP, I think, and I think it has to do with the fact that mobile is an older version of PC that was ported over, and I think maybe after it was ported over at some point, Explorer Notes got a buff. So on mobile they don't stack, and time-wise they don't stack, and they don't give you all that much XP. For now, I'm just going to pump speed and a hair bit of stamina so I can get around faster. So the reason I'm over by Lava Cave is because on mobile, and this is for all you PC and console players that don't know, but on mobile you cannot get Explorer Notes until you're level 10. And that can be a bit of a pain. However, mobile also has a system of pursuits, is what they call them, which are basically quests and missions you can do, which grant you sizable chunks of XP. In fact, I'd say they're the biggest chunks of XP you'll get in one place anywhere in this game. So, for example, the first time you finish Swamp Cave, there's a massive chunk of XP, and if you have Explorer Note buffs going, you can gain 8-9 levels even if you're, say, level 80. So, pursuits are a good way to level up, and what I'm doing is going around and discovering the caves. So as a level 1 Beach Bob, I don't have any pursuits available to me, but still there's certain pursuits I can trigger even though they would normally wait to show up. And entering caves is one of those, and I think, if I recall correctly, you get 100 XP for entering any cave. So what I typically do is hop over to Lava Cave, die, respawn over towards South Cave, and that's generally enough to get me up there a few levels and get me off the ground, so to speak. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll see how it goes. It has been ages since I played easy, and I'll tell you what, after hanging around on brutal and hard servers, this is so quick leveling up. I'm already level 3. You know, if this was a brutal server, this entire video would be about getting to level 5. Because you're literally getting 5% of the XP that you would normally. So, I'm kind of glad to have left Brutal behind. I played it because I was running PvP hard and I was getting bored. I felt like I was hitting level 90, level 95, even level 100 just too quickly and running out of stuff to do. Admittedly, I did try a stint on PVX. I think that was a really bad idea. PVX is a great concept. Oh, it's 250. Nice. PVX is a great concept, but too many people camp in the PvE zone, and your server maxes out. PvP zone becomes a ghost town, and nobody goes in there. And then there's that psychological thing where you know you can store your stuff in a safe place, and so you do, and then you know you can live in a safe place, and so you do, and so you become one of the PvEers. And even if you have a PvP mindset, you only go in to raid or to fight, and you would never build a base there just because it doesn't make sense. So that's why when PVX Clock came around, they're trying to address those issues. They're trying to make it so that it's a little bit more balanced. There is no part of the map that does not get PvP at some point, which means you can raid. Alright, I'm gonna let these guys kill me and I'll respawn in South Cave. Let's see, let's go. Move speed. I died. Oh, Manta got the kill. Nice. I'm going to just jump right there. So what I'm going to try to do with this series is run Solo Nomad. Because, let's face it, we've all built up. We've all been in tribes. We've all become big, gotten our act together, and been wiped overnight. It happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us. We've all been beach bobs. We've all built stone and wood huts, had those smashed in. We've all went straight for metal, had those smashed in. We've all hid one by ones, had those smashed in. It's a PvP game, and it is ruthless. So it just happens. It's just going to happen. It's what happens. So my idea, and I've been toying with this for a long time, and I'm really glad to be able to try it out in an official setting where I'm recording myself and can't cheat. And by cheat, I don't mean exploit the game or hack. I would never do that. I mean cheat on my own rules, my own self-imposed rules that I'm putting on myself, which is no permanent base. So what I'm going to try is to have little hidden beds everywhere and caches all over the island of where I'll put my items, and a couple of open places where I can have forges. I'm going to use an Argentavis for a smithy, and I'm way off track from South Cave. Where even am I? Yeah, I need to go this way. So yeah, keep your tames on wander when you go offline, take off their saddles, put them in their own biome. Yeah, it's a little hard to find them again. I was going over this with someone earlier. There are kind of two approaches to this. If you're going to hide your tames, it's easier on mobile in some ways, and it's harder on mobile in some ways, because you will literally... on mobile, you can just teleport your tames back to you. So I'm going to get eaten by prawns. That was not smart. On mobile, log in, teleport them to the nearest bed, bam, done, you're good. On mobile, you can buy them collars. Put a collar on them, you can track them on the map. Now you'd have to dye it the color of your tame and make sure that it's not particularly visible, because it kind of defeats the point of having a tame that nobody knows is tamed. But that's really simple. But then on... Why am I so lost? It's over this way. It's straight across. Then on PC and console, all base fixtures are open. So a smithy, a forge, unless they're pin-coded, and some things can't be pin-coded, anybody can open them. Literally anybody can open them. Anybody can go in and use them. So I find a base with a smithy in it, I can use it all I want. On mobile, you can't do that. On mobile, they made it so it's a tribe-based thing, and I get why they did it. I personally prefer the idea of an open base system just because it discourages foundation wiping. You know, it's one thing to log on in the morning and, oh, my base is smashed open and they took all my good stuff. It's another thing to log on in the morning and, where's my base? I swear I left it around here somewhere. You know, when it's foundation wiping, it's just that much more soul breaking. You can call that. Oh yeah, I forgot. They added loot drops to PvP. That was maybe 2 updates ago. I'm coming off a bit of a long hiatus, getting my channel ready. Had some medical issues, got those sorted out. So, yeah, there's a lot to do, a lot to see. They've just added a bunch of new TLCs and things like that, a couple mobile exclusive features. So I'm really looking forward to this. Alright, once I get to South Cave, I think I'm going to die again. I'll respawn at Crags. And then, I'm not going down there, there's a theory. And then I'm going to run the XP route, and I will cut it here and there so y'all don't have to just watch me running like this all the time. Because I think I've pretty much explained the purpose of this series. But yeah, and I'm not going to tell you what server I'm on, because in my experience, telling people what server you're on is an invitation for them to come and hunt you down. For some reason, YouTubers, when they watch people, they like to hunt them down. And I guess I kind of get that. But even though I'm going to be hiding all my stuff and I'm going to have a couple dozen caches on this server of items, I don't want to constantly be having to watch my back for a random YouTuber. And that might change as things go forward, but that's what I'm going to try for now. I'm kind of viewing this series as a demo series to see how I enjoy Nomad. To see what the challenges are, because when I think about it, I think of all the pros, and I think of a few cons, and I know how I'm going to face those and how I'm going to deal with those, but I don't really think of too many cons to the Nomad idea. I find the idea of no base so appealing right now that I can't wait to see where I'm wrong, and I can't wait to see, y'all are probably screaming at your screen, but what about this, what about that, and you're probably right. I'm missing something obvious, but I'm looking forward to stumbling onto those obvious things with y'all, and then finding a way to overcome them, because we're problem solvers. That's what we are. Alright, got 120 move speed, and I'm actually going to go a little bit of oxygen. The reason I'm doing that is because y'all might have noticed in my leveling up, I just put one point into oxygen, and I'm at 170. Now, on PC and console, I would be at 110. And that's simply because in mobile, for some reason, and I don't know why they did this, but I kind of like it, the first 2 levels you put into something are majorly boosted. Oxygen most of all. So the first level you put into oxygen gives you a 60 boost in oxygen. Normally, oxygen isn't worth it, just because move speed actually has a higher effect on water speed as well. But when you see that one level gives you a 60 oxygen boost, that's a pretty good thing. Plus, a lot of my hidden caches are going to be underwater, so I'm going to need that oxygen anyway. And just helps with moving around, less getting killed by the random jellyfish while you're crossing a river or piranha. Alright, so I'm going to have this trike kill me here, and then I will respawn over at Crags. And get back to you. Let's see, Crags Island. Oh, it's just over there. Alright, I'm assuming if y'all are watching ARK YouTube videos, you know basically the Explorer Note run. If you're doing this on mobile, keep in mind we are missing a significant number of dinos, and a lot of the endgame story Explorer Notes where Helena's talking about the more endgame stuff. A lot of that was pulled out because they knew that there would be no bosses that they could have on mobile just because it would kill the game. So they've kind of pulled out all the illusions of that, to the best of my knowledge. So a lot of the times you'll come across a piece of ruins where you swear there were Explorer Notes or an Explorer Note on PC, or you swear you saw that YouTuber and he got 5 notes on Crags Island. Yeah, well, now there are only 2 or 3, because they just don't have all the dinosaurs. As they add the dinosaurs, they add the dossiers, and that's great, but they don't have all of them. So let me see if I can find an example for you. I'm getting lag spikes. I'm not liking that. I think it's my resolution, but I really don't want to drag my resolution down any longer. Yeah, right here. Here's an example. Okay, so this little piece of ruins here, normally there's an Explorer Note right on top. And I can't recall what that dossier is for, but it's not here, as you can tell. So I'm going to have to climb up there. That looks like somebody's blocked that off. Thanks, guys. And I'm just going to run around and grab the few notes that are in this area and head up past Red Obelisk. So I'll see y'all in a bit. So we are back on Crags Island. I did wind up taking a little bit of a break to sort out some audio issues and some video issues. I just wasn't happy with the resolution I was getting. So I've upped it from about 1/4 to 1/3. I really don't have the most powerful phone, but it should be able to handle this no problem, and hopefully give you a bit better quality, because I just wasn't happy with the 1/4. So I was running Crags, and I've already hit one Explorer note over there, and saw this thing here. Somebody's obviously been building and getting wiped, because that's what people do. And I see a body, so let's just check this. Yeah, 64 amber, that's nice. Speaking of amber, y'all should know that I am undecided on a couple things. First of all, I have Primal Pass, and the goal of this series is really not to be doing things that a normal non-Primal Pass user couldn't do. To some extent. I mean, let's face it, I have ×2 XP and it's constant. With the Explorer note, that's ×4. Now, to be fair, if you're playing this game and you're leveling up and you're working toward that, odds are you're going to be using the ads to get 2 times XP anyway when it comes time to do some major serious leveling, like when you're running notes, or if you're going to be doing a cave or some sort of, as I mentioned in the last segment, pursuits give you a lot of XP. Odds are if you're finishing a pursuit, you need to have the foresight, get an ad going, get that 2 times boost, get an Explorer note, boost it to 4 times. That's just basic. So if you're running Crags and you're from PC, or if you're on mobile, you may not know this, but the ground isn't quite as well defined here as it is on PC. So literally the only way to get up on here that I found on foot is to run into this wall and jump again and keep jumping. Sometimes you kind of mesh half into it. You aren't technically meshing. You're not going to die. You're not going to cheat. You're not cheating here. You're just running over terrain you know is there, but the game doesn't, because it hasn't been quite refined enough. Obviously, they have an Explorer note up here, as you can see right there. This is kind of weird, but if you just kind of head straight for it and drop down, you should be fine. And there you go. Alright, that's 2 out of 3 on Crags. Let me just pump some more basics here. Let's see, because I'm trying to hit as many of those first 2 levels as I can on some things to get those big boosts. I'm just going to hit these, and I'll add some health there. I've gotten to the 120 move speed, so I'm content with that. And hopefully, sometimes you don't take damage if you jump off that side of it. But it's an easy server, so I'm going to heal quickly. And if I don't, that's really okay. I can always respawn. I have nothing on me but that pants blueprint I took from that guy. Alright, I'm going to throw a couple onto Fortitude, another one onto Health. So, as you can see, we're already at level 20. This is not a 2 times weekend or anything. This is just easy servers. So now we're going to head toward Red Ob. I should definitely be nabbing fiber while I run. See if I can make myself a pair of those pants. Because why not? Why am I lag? I love that little high-pitched punch. Yeah. It's just hilarious. Alright, well, I'm going to nab a few more notes, and I will get back to you probably around level 30. Alright, so I've been running notes. As you can see, it's nighttime and raining, which means visibility is nil. And gamma is not an option on mobile, so I am stuck here for now. Found this little base. I can hear a gate opening and closing. This looks like some sort of hangar he's built. It's got lamp posts in the corner. And empty crop plots. So I just keep hearing the gate over and over again. So he's got to be going in and out, in and out. Toying with the idea of ambushing him. I have literally nothing. Some stone and fiber. So that means punching him out. I guess this is as good a time as any to learn the wooden club. The handyman's secret weapon. Alright, I just need some wood for that. I'm just gonna heck with it. Let's just get the basics here. A lot of people go for clothes. To be honest, on mobile, it's so much easier to just get the blueprints. And that way you've got some good sending gear. As long as I'm waiting around. I guess I will need some cementing paste. Come on. Alright. And I think it's lagging. Alright, I'll need to know those. You don't know, I should not have done that. That was a bad move. Oh well. In case you didn't know, metal tools are very easy to come by. Get yourself a spear or a pike, go to the swamp, kill yourself some Sarcos. Easy as pie. Or if you don't want to do Sarcos, Titan Boas, or if you don't want to do Titan Boas, well, I wouldn't advise Capros, but the point is go to the swamp. There are plenty of really dangerous things there, which are actually kind of slow. Kill them, take their stuff. Okay. Just trying to get my bearings. I think I'm up that hill further. That's where I want to be. If you recall, it's about 6220. Let's climb down here so I don't take fall damage. I did get pounced by a raptor a little while back. And survived. Don't ask me how or why. I'm totally blind here, so I've been considering and unsure about crafting stations. Y'all can let me know in the comments what you think for this series. Copies. Y'all can let me know in the comments what you think for this series. Crafting stations, no crafting stations. If you're not Primal Pass, then you have access to them. I get that. At the same time, I don't want people calling pay to win, saying, oh, you have to pay money to win this series. I will not spend a dime in this series. Aside from my existing Primal Pass, which I'm just not going to cancel. It would be a waste. It's only half expended, and why would I waste 6 months of something I paid for? But there's no way I'm finding this. Okay. But aside from that, amber items. Balm is kind of a simple thing. Really cheap, really easy to get. I will be watching ads. Yes, I get 1 more amber per ad. I can't change that again. But I don't feel like it's too huge of an advantage. So really at this point... Oh, there's a theory. And there's a lag. Really at this point I'm undecided on crafting stations. For a nomad life, crafting stations are absolutely perfect. You can't get anything more handy than a crafting station. The idea of being able to whip up metal tools, cheap hide clothing, every time you respawn, you just can't beat it. It's great. But I would get it if y'all wanted me to avoid that, just to forego the crafting stations altogether, especially if you're PC players. It kind of feels like cheating, to be honest. Especially the tannery, which basically just gives you whatever saddle you want, and at pretty decent values, decent quality. And I know it's there. It's a Nerva note. And I'm gonna starve. Eat my 3 berries. That would make a difference. I need fiber for my pants anyway. So I'm just gonna gather fiber till morning. I think that was a raptor that just saw me. Fun and totally unhelpful fact. Before the latest TLC that came to mobile for raptors, if you stood by a cliff, they would jump right off. Now they will pounce on you. So, forget I said anything. I think I ran too far up here. That's okay. That raptor was awfully close. There it is. Let's apply some of these levels. I'm gonna pump speed up to 140. Stat spread's going to be interesting on this, simply because I'm running Solo and Nomad. Normally I really specialize, like I'll pump all stats into melee, or I'll pump all stats into speed. Those are the two most useful when you're in tribe life, because everybody else has generally got weight covered and things like that. Melee, until recently, was often neglected, despite its huge advantages to harvesting rarer materials by hand, and its huge advantages to PvP. Whereas speed, well, who doesn't like to run fast? But speed is excessively helpful for PvP as well. If you've never run with a maxed speed character, you have no idea, but you can seriously run turret towers. Alright, I know there's one over there. I have an inkling that maybe that one is only on PC. So let's just run this way. Quick tip for those surviving on berries: put them in your hotbar, tap and hold. You will eat them way faster than if you're in your inventory trying to hit them one by one. Come on, there we go. By the way, those 3 stam drinks I did get from a free gift. Again, if you were playing without Primal, you can get that gift by watching an ad. So, no untoward advantage there. Okay. Server maintenance is coming up soon. How far am I? Well, I've hit 30. It's kind of a mini milestone. I've hit stone. I'm still a little ways from metal, but I've hit sickle, which you really need that. Especially if you can't afford to get a theory right off the bat, which I can't. So I think we're going to say 30 is good for now. I'm going to keep heading north, but as I go, I'm going to begin collecting the items I need to arm myself with basic tools and gear. I'm shocked I've not died yet. I ran into an alpha raptor, I ran into another raptor at the same time as the alpha raptor. Got pounced, somehow got away. Found a really cool honeycomb base, all smashed up, of course. Guys, if you're going to build a honeycomb base, don't build it out of wood and thatch. There's no point. You're going to all this effort to put in all these tunnels and extra doors and all these really pointless additions, because thatch is going to get smashed. Wood is going to get smashed. Yes, wood takes more C4 than stone does. But really, when you have a small base, it's a matter of threat minimization. So, I've got a small base. I'm trying to survive. If a guy comes along with C4 to blow my base, if he has 1 C4, he has 2 C4. Okay, yeah, I'm costing him 1 more C4. Odds are the guy coming along with C4 and or rockets has enough to blow me up and isn't really going to feel that 1 C4 loss in taking out my wall. However, by having wood and trying to cost that guy 1c4, I'm opening myself up to the Beach Bob noob who spawns in and makes himself a hatchet or a tool of some sort, or comes across a dead Spinosaurus and gets a pike. And now he comes and he stands there for 5 minutes smashing my door and takes my stuff. It's all about risk minimization. When I'm playing this series, you're going to see everything I do. Yes, technically, things could come in and destroy me at every turn. Yes, technically, I have no defenses. Yes, technically, I could lose it all over the night just like anybody else. But the idea is that you so minimize risks and so continue moving around that you get the risk percentage low enough that you never lose. It can be done. You just have to understand the game, how people think, how they work. That's why you pick base locations that aren't in the main path of griefers. You have to think ahead, think like the griefers think, make plans, execute. You can survive. Alright, looks like we're going to wrap it up right about here. This is just going to be a leveling video. Nothing special, but server maintenance is coming. So I will come back after, maybe tomorrow. It is getting a little late here. And see about getting going on some cache building and bed placement. So, remember to like, subscribe, and leave in the comments, please, whether or not I should use crafting stations, because I'm really undecided on this. I would love to, but if y'all think that would take away my legitimacy, let me know. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.